Hey guys, welcome to this episode. Today's video I'm going to show you guys the replays from the Princess Draft Challenge. I just completed it. I had to use a retry, but let's because I had bad luck in some matchups. But I'll show you guys the last matchups that I played, and I'll go tell you guys some tips about how to win this challenge. So here I pick guards. And here I pick Night Witch because I have guards for the Lumberjack, and because Night Witch is pretty good in draft because of her spawning ability. Here choose Flying Machine because it's such an annoying card if your opponent doesn't have Fireball or another good counter. And here I choose the Barbed Barrel because it's a great card and it can counter the princess very well. So I'll tell you guys some tips about how to win this princess challenge. Here I go with a Barbaro, same lane as the Spirit. And as soon as I see my opponent play Rocket, I go with Night Witch, same lane. Could go opposite lane actually, it would be better maybe. And I will play a Giant in front of the Night Witch. My opponent here should have played the Elite Barbarians maybe. That princess that he played in the back was not a good choice. And with just this giant push, punishing the opponent's bad rocket at the start, we got a lot of damage. I'll use the Barbaro on the Witch. Pretty good trade. Plus 3 elixir trade. Here I made a mistake. I played Night Witch in the lane that our tower was less healthy and my opponent rocket the Night Witch, so that's okay. I go opposite lane with Giant and I'm waiting just to use my Prince behind my Giant, and afterwards I can use the Flying Machine to support the Giant too. And now I use the Flying Machine. And now I can use the Miner on the princess behind his princess tower. And again, a lot of damage. Pretty good matchup we had here. I go Night Witch opposite lane. Actually, our opponent could have won if he played better, because we didn't have a big spell for his witch. So I think that from this moment he already gave up. He played that golem, but that golem didn't do that much for him. I will skip the rest of the replay because the game was already won by that moment. So next match. This match here I choose Barbaro over Fireball, I think, because Barbaro is a pretty good card right now. Here I got the poison because to have a big spell. Here I took Flying Machine, even though I give my opponent Fireball, because I can counter the princess better with Flying Machine. And here take guards, just because they are a good defensive troop because of their shield. In this matchup, our opponent have a pretty good matchup, but he started with a Lava Hound behind King Tower, so I punish him opposite lane. I made him spend a lot of elixir on the opposite lanes of his Lava Hound push, so I can just use a Musketeer against his Lava Hound push. And as you guys can see, the Musketeer will be enough to finish that Lava Hound. He didn't have enough elixir to support the Lava Hound properly. And now that I know that he has Lava Hound, I will try to punish his lava hound with my other units opposite lane if he plays in the back again. Guards for princess. He used a pretty bad earthquake right now, so I go opposite lane with prince since I had the elixir advantage, and I will play battle brain in front of the prince, and I will keep the poison for his rascals. I missed the tower, but that's okay because got the rascals and we got a lot of damage with the battle ram. Again, the opponent didn't play very well. He could have done much better. I will now put the game into ice the speed just to speed up a bit. Here he had a pretty good magic archer, but we always punished him pretty well with our troops, so he couldn't do anything against our tower. There's not much else he can do. We just spam our troops and we got the game. Next matchup. Here I take log because it's a positive trade against princess if our opponent has princess. Here I take the royal giant because the wall breakers are not that good of a card. I take goblin giant because it at least can damage troops. And here I take the royal ghost because we have already 2 win conditions, and taking the Grim Rider would not be that good because we would have 3 win conditions in our deck. And you guys will see that it will pay off in the end. Here I play the Goblin Giant in left lane to punish his Red Giant with a Mega Minion, just to make him spend some elixir in the left lane. And now I'm free to use the Royal Ghost on the... Actually I use Log on the right lane and Royal Ghost on the Wall Breakers, and the Skeleton Army to counter his Giant. Now that I know that he has just a heal spell to increase the damage on his tower, heal spell is not a good card. Dark Prince to counter his Goblin Gang. Now that I know that he has the arrows, I will be careful with my Skeleton Army to not play the Skeleton Army when he has arrows in hand. Again, log on the princess, a positive trade. And here I will let the Mega Minion finish the Giant, and I will counter push with the Goblin Giant. He shouldn't have used that princess. He should have waited to get elixir to use the Elite Barbarians. That wasn't a good play. It cost him the tower, so now he played Elite Barbarians, but it's already too late. Here you guys can see I will play the Dark Prince counter the Barbarians. I will not use the Skeleton Army because he has arrows in hand. Now I try to punish his Ram Rider in the opposite lane, and I use the Skeleton Army to counter his Ram Rider. And as you guys can see, the left tower is already ours. And now it's just a matter of taking his King Tower down. I just put on twice the speed to finish this game. Because there wasn't anything else he could have done. So good game. And now the last matchup. Yeah, last matchup. Here take the Valkyrie because Executioner is not that good of a card right now. She's pretty good in a lot of ways. Here I pick the Flying Machine because it's again an annoying card. He counter Princess pretty well. I will pick now Inferno Dragon to have some DPS, and Guards because Guards pretty good against Prince. I give my opponent. I can also use the Valkyrie against the Prince, against the Executioner. Again, we have a pretty good deck. Our opponent gave us double pack. I don't know why. Because he had Mega Knight, he should have picked the pack over the Mega Knight. So here I make a small mistake playing the Guards in front of the Executioner. And I tried to save my Inferno Dragon with the Valkyrie, but it was too late already. Now I wait to play the Flying Machine to counter the Princess and to counter push. So as you guys can see, at the start you try to be pretty defensive at the start. You don't know what your opponent has in hand, so what's your opponent's deck, so you try to be really passive and only defend. Don't try to be offensive at the start because you don't know your opponent's deck. I play mini P.E.K.K.A because I have big P.E.K.K.A in the other hand, so it's easy to counter with big P.E.K.K.A anything that my opponent could have played. Here I played the Guards because I didn't see my opponent had the Ring Rider. But now that I know that he has Ring Rider, I will keep the P.E.K.K.A or the mini P.E.K.K.A to the Ring Rider. So by just playing passive, I know my opponent's hand now. He just didn't use his Mega Knight yet, but I have a lot of answers to Mega Knight. We won't have many problems. And now I'll play Battle Rain opposite lane to punish his Executioner. And Flying Machine to counter the Executioner. Now I'll play the P.E.K.K.A on the Ring Rider and Valkyrie on the Prince. Flying Machine got a lot of damage in the left tower. And I always try to counter the Executioner with the flying cards and counter push afterwards with the Battle Rain. So now that I saw that he has Mega Knight, I will keep my P.E.K.K.A or mini P.E.K.K.A or Valkyrie to counter the Mega Knight. Fireball for the Princess. He also had a lot of answers to our Battle Rain, so it wasn't that easy to get through his defense. But by playing defensive, we could get through his defense in the end. Fireball on the Princess again. Even though it's a negative trade, it's better to fireball the Princess than to have to deal with her later. Now I try to use P.E.K.K.A on the Ring Rider. I knew that he would use Ring Rider here, so I already had the P.E.K.K.A in hand. And now I punish my opponent with Battle Rain in the opposite lane. He used Mega Knight on the P.E.K.K.A, so he couldn't defend the right side lane. And that's it. We got the game. I had to restart on the beginning of the challenge because I had really bad matchups, but in the end we got no losses after the restart. And now I will call it the emote. Pretty good emote. What do you guys think about this challenge? Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.